Yeah, hi guys. So good morning. So this is Vijay. So I'm going to be the coordinator for this particular session. So before that, so just we want to continue through like English or you guys want to look at in Tamil. So which is your priority? Because they ask us to check with you. So that's what. So is it okay to continue it in English or Tamil? Uh, am I audible?
English is okay for
Fine. Cool. Yeah. So let me share the screen first. Okay, so it kind of like I mean, so it's a demo session, right? So we don't know like each other, but it's kind of like some interactive. So then only whether what are we discussing, whether you guys are understand. So I need to know some things. Okay, so it's not like to hesitate to speak something. So kind of like interactive. So if I ask something means you guys know means you can say something. Okay, so before
voice is
jump,
breaking.
oh, why is this breaking? Okay, sorry. Is this okay now? Okay, is this fine now or still is breaking? Am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
now
Yeah, someone can speak, right? So it's not like a one-way communication. So I could not able to know that actually. Okay, so let's get start before that. So you guys, anyone aware of like Cypress or any automation tool before? So that I can able to start from the some backgrounds and I can we jump into the Cypress actually. So if anyone knows any automation tool, like not like a detailed experience, but somehow understanding on it.
little bit know about the selenium.
Okay, can you say something about your understanding? What kind of application should support web application or mobile application or API application? Kind of some high level understanding. Okay, maybe I'll ask like this actually. So total 3 or 4 students joined, right? So who are new to the automation? Maybe that might be the possible case, right? So that anyway, I need to start, right? So at least I need to get some background of you guys actually. Then only I can able to start like high level or some detail level. Then I can able to go like high level. So yeah, maybe this is a buzz thing, right? So okay, who are on the call right now? So maybe I can't able to read properly. So I see one Jodi. So what's your current? I mean, maybe you guys tell me something, your current experience or something. Just 1 or 2 minutes. That's fine. Then we can start.
Currently, I'm working as a manual tester in logistic company.
Hmm. That's more than
And
enough.
suddenly, yeah,
Hmm. Right.
just learning the spinning in YouTube alone. So
Right.
nowadays it's Cypress and Playwright. These are the famous. I think the advanced. It's tool going on. So thought
Right.
to learn about
Hmm.
this.
Yeah, makes sense. They're perfectly said actually because this is like a currently booming in the market right now. So as you said, how the manual testing is almost wide up, right? So we could not able to get more opportunity for manual testing if you go to the other company. So that's what the people will be migrate to automation since like a few years back they were learned like a Java Selenium. So there are more openings. So that's what the people will be migrated or moved to the other company with automation with Selenium. Now again, the Selenium almost is going like how the manual testing currently which has happened, right? So it's mostly going to be outdated. So current market is trend is like Playwright and Cypress. The most people will be work with this particular application. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, you said is fine. So yeah, others who are on the call, can you please tell me what is your current position or experience in it?
Yeah, I can proceed now.
Yeah.
Yeah, as you know, my name is Fayaz. So I have around 6.5 years of experience in .NET automation with C Sharp,
Oh. Mhm.
Selenium, and also with Playwright and API automation experience. So I just wanted to explore something in Cypress.
Oh, makes sense. Fine. So you are already a experienced guy. Okay, fine. Fine. So who else is there in the call? Yeah, I think that's it. So yeah, fine, makes sense. Cool. Uh, Now let's get started. So since Jodi have not real time much experience, so just like you like accept to her. So then we'll continue with the high level insight actually. Okay, so um, so first of all, like the automation, right? So whatever the manually we supposed to do in our application, the same thing we try to do or replicate the same in through automation. Okay, so automation means we have to write some script actually, isn't it? So consider this kind of like a application. Currently, we are talking about only for web application. Okay, so in maybe in future after everything okay, then we can able to go with API testing or something. So this is something like a application. So it can consider be any application, maybe logistic or whatever your application is supposed to be work on. So that is the application supposed to be. So now how do we interact to this application, right? So that is very important actually. So manually we know that the functionality wise how it's supposed to be. So we can able to do our actions to be performed. Like we need to enter some data, click something, whatever you can know that functionality wise, we're supposed to do that in manually. But how we can able to do with this through automation. So that's what that the thing is comes to the picture. So that is what very main thing is like programming languages come to the picture actually. So this is very important. So programming language. So whenever we talk like a programming language, nothing but like it can be any language is supposed to be like programming. For example, in high level, we can say Java. Java is one of the programming language, right? So likewise, we are talking about in Cypress means either JavaScript, it's in programming language, or a TypeScript. Either one is supposed to be. Mostly the people will be work with Cypress. Either they can able to use like a JavaScript or TypeScript based on their the business needs actually. So that's what initially we supposed to learn a new automation tool. Not only for Cypress, take like any even for Java Selenium also. The very first thing is nothing but like the language, nothing but like a programming language. So in our concern, maybe yeah, we think using like a Cypress, we taken as like a JavaScript means. So this is your programming language. We need to learn these things actually. So the learn the thing is nothing but like a very basic to high level concept, everything which is to be learned actually. So for example, if I say, maybe you guys might aware of few other things actually, like if I say like a basics, right? So then we might start with like what is variable, right? So this is like a basics level, data type, for loop, right? So if so those are the very basic common things to start on. Then we can able to go with that particular high level concept in the particular language actually. So why we should learn these things means, yeah, this might be, or most of the time this might be we can able to have it in our automation code. This might be needed actually. So that's the reason we supposed to learn like very basic things also. Then we can go to like high level deeper into the particular languages first, meaning the programming languages. Once we are covered and once we are familiar with this particular topics and the respective programming language, then only we supposed to move what is Cypress actually. Meaning what is the automation tool I'm saying that actually. Similarly, if I say like a Java Selenium means first we need to learn Java, like a very basics to through advanced level, like a OOPS concept. Here also we have a concept called OOPS also. So that's also like kind of like an advanced level of the topics which is comes under like a programming language. Once we're familiar, then the most of the topics we can able to have it in our automation somewhere is needed for that. Actually, that's what we have to learn the things first of all. Actually, then we have to comes to the Cypress. So that automation tool I'm talking about actually, right? So see, Cypress is not even like the overlay, or we can say like I mean the wrapper actually. So everything which is handled through this particular tool is nothing but like a automation. We have to say like a tool actually. So tool means it kind of like it's kind of like a library basically. What is library means? The Cypress, the developers, right? Already they developed this particular tool, or we can say like a library. In that library itself are all the actions to be performed in an application. So meaning, okay, let's say if I open some application, if I have anything, okay, let's say, okay, this is one dumb application, okay, just for testing purpose. If taking this as like a web application, if my Cypress code to do some actions to this application, actions means what? We need to do some other, I need to enter my username and password, right? These are like actions mean interactions, how we can able to interact with this application, isn't it? So manually we know that instead of I'm writing to this one, my system, my script's going to be writing to this one with the help of JavaScript and Playwright, and this is going to be happen for all the things, not only for this single entry to be done. End-to-end cases, we can able to automate these things actually. For example, if I say like a register, so this many information, if I want to type it or I need to enter it and I can able to complete this particular page means how we can able to do this through automation, right? So that's what the interactions come to the picture actually. So that's what I'm talking about this one actually. So currently I opened this application, right? So just consider this is my application, mean this is your web application. Example, this is your web application. Just consider this is your official application also, might be like a logistic or something. Then you're supposed to pass this URL to this application. So this application, how do we interact? How do we write some code into this particular, for example, what I'm saying, first name. How do we enter last name? Through automation. How do we click this? How do we check this? How do we click this? How do we navigate this? So these are like interactions. So that will be comes under all the libraries which is developed by the Cypress. The team already done this one actually. So the only thing based on this basics understanding of our JavaScript, along with this Cypress library, which is you are installing your, I'll let you know what is installed and everything. For example, let's say consider these are you install and you know the basic things in JavaScript as well as for some basic things library in your Cypress, then you can easily interact with this application. You can able to write something, you can click something, you can navigate something, you can drag and drop, you can do like a mouse over, you can switch to the one window to another window, everything. Every action's already done by this particular Cypress stream itself. We need to use that particular function. Function means already they have developed that code, right? That code we need to use it into our particular code. So to handle these actions actually, meaning interactions, so that we can able to achieve our automation. Okay. Just stopping here, maybe mainly for us, maybe aware of these particular things. If you have any question, you let me know for us. So otherwise, Jyoti, something is clear to you what I'm talking about right now? Or you have any question, let me know. Oh, sorry, I need some response, so then only I can able to move actually. So is this clear what I'm talking about right now, or yeah, I need to go to the next one actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. Fine. So makes sense. So now maybe now we can jump into the Cypress. What exactly we going to be look at in our Cypress things actually? Okay. So yeah, as we discussed, the language we supposed to learn like either JavaScript or maybe like a TypeScript, but the tool is supposed to be like a Cypress actually. So yeah, what is Cypress? So these are like I mean in detail or high level already we discussed the same thing. It's an automation tool. as compared to like a Java Selenium, it's mostly like outdated, and some of the okay. I don't want to go like in depth because something if you're not aware of it. So, for example, how do you interact this particular this first name, right? So I need to write it. This is a common for all the automation tool. First, we need to inspect it. Okay, inspect means to interact to this particular actions to be done. We need to supposed to be inspect this one. What we'll got means we'll get like a DOM structure. This is we can say like a DOM for high level understanding, kind of like a HTML. This is done by the UA developers. So we'll be get this one actually. So what exactly we need to do? So what are the actions we're going to be perform? I need to enter something. I need to click something. I need to drag and drop. Whatever actions you are performing, the very first thing you need to inspect these things, and you'll be get some information here. So no need to put like a high level understanding, just for understanding. For here, let's say name. They said like a name is a first name, right? So maybe in this information is more than enough for me means for us. So this more than enough to copy this one, and we can able to write some thing in the code. I'll show you the code also a bit later, but this information. Likewise for other things, I need to get to know some information, ID, or if other things, I need to click on this one. I need to get. So what we try to understand means what are every each and every actions we are going to be performed in this application or in any of the application. So we have to inspect that particular element. We can say like a element, or some things we can say like a locator also. Okay, so that's what it's come to the picture. Mostly might be you guys are aware of, like most of the people will be talking like XPaths, something they were used to say. So those XPath and all, everything is comes under like the locators only actually. Okay, so we need to identify these things. Yeah, this as I said, like XPath means that is also kind of like one of the locator. Yeah, will yeah. I mean, yeah, it's kind of like a instead of the name or ID is supposed to be not working, then we need to construct that locator called XPath, so that we can able to interact with this application actually. Okay, so now why I just show this one means how we can able to interact with the application with the help of the DOM structure, nothing but like a HTML, so that using this minimum information we can able to have this data, we can able to put it into our code, so that the code should be recognized to these respective locators, then we can able to interact with this application actually. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to be. And then here, how it's different from Selenium, right? So Selenium also similar to this one only. Even similar, I mean Selenium or other language, even for Playwright also, we have to use this locator kind of fashions only. Then we can do that. But there is some limitation in Java Selenium, because hope you guys are heard about this terminology, right? Like Angular application, or we can say like a Vue.js, right? So most of the recent time that applications are slightly changing actually. So previously, very long back, they were used like normal JavaScript, or maybe like only for HTML or CSS kind of application, like a standalone application. They were implemented the long back actually. The web application, they look like us actually. But in the most of the recent time, the people will be have like the Node.js concept has come to the picture. The Node.js app, we have like AngularJS, React.js, Ember.js, Vue.js, kind of like a UI application is more slightly, or I mean, very vastly they were changed actually. So that particular changes come to the picture in the recent time. That is the one very big drawback for the Selenium for application to automate actually. Why? Because Selenium always will be rely on that application with this DOM structure. I want some limitation of this particular locator. For example, Selenium can have or access to be using this name and this ID. So likewise, we can able to have it actually in Java Selenium. But in the recent time of these applications called Angular and React JS, most of this located, we don't see this kind of fashion, like a name, ID. So what are the common terminology or common locators which we are using in the Java Selenium? So most of the things we could not able to pick it, or we can able to see it in this the newer technology called Angular JS. So that's a very big drawback in Java Selenium. So without having, so for example, what I'm for high level understanding, okay, so let's say Java will be only with name, this particular attribute, in the sense in the Angular they don't have this kind of attribute called name, means then it's very complex to do like identify this locator. Maybe that the XPath, as I said, there's a other way we can able to try to do that, but that is also it's not very easy to do that like the real time, the recent time application called Angular or React kind of applications actually. So that's what like identifying a element. Without identifying element, we could not able to perform any actions to this web application. So that's the problem here. The recent time, the most of the people are actually migrating to this Cypress and Playwright due to this. The Cypress and Playwright always are relay, or how do I say, like it's in, let's say like okay, let me put like this way actually. So Node.js. Okay, so this is one buzzword actually right now. So Node.js is nothing but like a, again it's like high level. We can say it's a library or root library. So in that library only we have one second. Guys, just 1 minute. Yeah, sorry for that actually. So yeah, so we are talking about like so Node.js, right? So Node.js is nothing but like a library. In that particular library only we have all this information. Whatever I right now talking about, like Angular, so the React, right? So these mini UI applications, for example, let's say Angular means AngularJS, React.js. We used to say that actually. So these are like a UI application, but this is root is Node.js. And again, now you look at like the other, how I can able to say, the other presentation layer. We have another things is called like a, let's look at like a programming language. I'm talking about like a JavaScript or it's in TypeScript, for example. Okay. And this also, sorry, yeah, it considers this like a TypeScript actually. These two languages, meaning the programming language also will be inherit, meaning this is a root actually. So this JavaScript and TypeScript also and comes to this Node.js only. So now what do you guys understand in the sense? So the Node.js have a UI application called Angular and React. The same Node.js only have a JavaScript and TypeScript programming language. And another layer, we can able to say like the automation tool we are talking about right now, like a Cypress, or we have to say like a Playwright, or we can say like a WebDriver IO or Serenity. So these all are comes under again. This root also will be a Node.js only. So all are in the same platform. So the UI application and the programming language and the automation tool also. That's what the people will be more interested to learn or migrated to Cypress or Playwright or the Node.js frameworks actually or automation tool, because all are the same standard or same things. On the all root is Node.js only. So that's what we easily interact with this application without any bother about that locator and how these new changes are happened for the Angular or React JS kind of applications actually. But in Java Selenium, it's not like this actually. It's not a common. So why? Because Java is something different language, and Angular or something like a pro. I mean, UA is a different language. Maybe the automation we are using for are different things. So that particular platform is like a mixed one actually. So that's what it's sometimes it's very hard to identify a single locator also. It be take more time consuming. So that's what whatever that Node.js is a recent time having, that particular Node.js itself have like a this automation tool. So that's what all are in the same standard or same the level of these things actually. So that's what the most of the people are migrating from mostly Selenium to these particular tools actually. Okay. Um, okay. If you not, I mean, understand, maybe you can stop me. I hope so. You guys are clear actually. Okay, so that I can move forward. But whenever you can stop me if you have any questions actually. Okay. Yeah. So that's what we are migrated to this automation tool. Okay. All right. So the prerequisite, so it's straightforward, right? We cleared. So why? Because let's say we already talk about like what are the things first we need to learn it. Either as I said, like a programming language, like a JavaScript or TypeScript. Okay, let's say like a JavaScript first. First, we need to know these things actually. Um, this is your first prerequisite. So once you are done, then you should know the Cypress. That is nothing but like an automation tool actually. And where these things we can able to write it, right? So we learned, okay, how do you practice or how do you make this to be done actually? That's we used to say like a IDE, right? Some IDE usually say. So integrated development environment. Most of the peoples will be work with this Node.js kind of framework. They used to do like a VS Code, Visual Studio Code, we have to say. Maybe some time they might use like a IntelliJ also. So, but I never seen anyone use like a Eclipse because Java Selenium mostly they use like a Eclipse IDE, but VS Code, Visual Studio Code, most of the things we can able to add for automation for this particular thing. So these things is more than enough to we get started actually. And again, this is also a open source. No need to pay something kind of UFT or we can say like a task also like we need to pay something. To meaning to take a license, but this is also similar to like a Java Selenium. It's an open source. We just want to install these things and we can able to start. Do our automation actually. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, so altogether, like again, what are the commands we supposed to use and these things? What I'm going to be covered today, like I just take you to some code, okay, and that particular things we can able to execute into our local, and the very final are very important things like a PACD. So the most of the people are, people in the sense, most of the automation team, they want to do this pipeline. We have to say like a pipeline means CACD means continuous integration and continuous deployment actually. Okay, so these things mostly there is one of the tool, or we can say this is comes under like a DevOps. The hope you guys are aware of, right? DevOps is one of the team actually, so they can able to do this kind of like the builder of softwares or application, and they used to do like a deployment and integration, everything they can able to do. But in our automation tool, we have to say like a SDET actually, right? So software development engineering in test actually. So they can treat us like a how that the development team they used to do they used to know everything. They similarly for recent time the automation team also like a they are also like an engineer, I mean developers kind of, but in this the technology called end testing actually. So this nowadays this Jenkins job also we supposed to know that actually, meaning automation team supposed to know that actually. So I try to cover these things also through this particular this session actually. Okay, so this is how supposed to be. So high level from starting to the low level, we need to learn the JavaScript basics and again some higher concepts, and again we need to know the Cypress commands, how they're using in the library. We're supposed to use that, and we can able to gone through all the what are the concept like a page object. Again, I say that what is page object and what is that maybe like a cucumber and everything. But on the high level, finally we have to supposed to be complete through the Jenkins job, and before that we have to check in our code into GitHub. Maybe I never posted here, but GitHub also is very important. So you guys might be aware of it, like the version control. So whatever the local which you have written, so that you need to put it in a common place called repository called GitHub. From there, we have to the particular GitHub repository. You have to map it to our CI/CD, nothing like a Jenkins job, so that it should be automatically picking that particular code in the cloud called Git, and automatically that execution should be happen through the Jenkins itself. So Jenkins, hope you guys are aware of it. Maybe I can able to stop it here. If not, let me know. So if anything need, I can able to tell that as well while we are, seeing that automation code actually. Okay. Um, okay, let me stop here because I think we covered most of the things as per my understanding. So, any question, let me know. Otherwise, I can able to go and show some codes here actually. Yeah. Before that, any questions or any clarification or any doubts you guys have? Even for us, if you also let me know because CACD, I don't know whether you have done your previous project actually with Java Selenium or Playwright. So okay, I just but now I need some confirmation. Can I go to my other screen called automation execution or do you have any questions to ask before that?
You can go on.
Thank you. I think this already I was set up these things, but again, it's not like a that much bigger or that much things. But I like to thought to, I mean, what I can thought. I mean, initially I thought I need to install the things how we need to install, but this is very basics only. But I don't want to waste that particular time. Only for some commands we can able to write it. It's supposed to be go there. So instead I can able to give like a high level first. What are the things we can able to discuss? I can execute this code here in local. The same code we can able to put it into our GitHub, and we can able to map this into Jenkins. So this is one complete flow I thought to explain here actually. So first I can go with that. If you guys need to know or to understand like how do we install, let me know. This is like a one common steps are there. We can able to find that actually. Okay, so
Yeah, from installation. So I don't know. If you clarify that, also fine for it.
okay, cool. That's a good thing. So let me close it for time being. This is again it's not a big one. You can first simple thing. You can go wherever you want, and you can just create a dummy folder. Okay, so naming something like some name. You just keep it somewhere. And this is Visual Studio. Already we are installed Visual Studio. You just open the. This already is there, right? So maybe I can close this. Later I can open this one right now. So just go to File and new window. Why? Because this already is a window. So I just for time being I open new window. And the begin screen I can close it actually. Okay, so initially it's supposed to become like this only. So just close this welcome screen, click on the file. Already we have created a folder, right? So where I can keep it here, right? Cypress demo, just a plain folder, nothing in it. So again a welcome screen, just closed it down. Okay, that's how it's supposed to be because it's a plain, nothing which is in it actually. So in if you have a laptop, if you mostly work with the control means you have to put like a control and tile symbol. You need to press both the things. Control tile means nothing. It should be open a terminal actually. That's a shortcut in even a lap. Sorry, I mean keyboard. If not, you can click on this terminal. If you click on this new terminal actually. Yeah.
Sorry, control.
You know that tile symbol. Tile symbol means can you
Type
put?
symbol.
Yeah, the number one is there, right? Before the number one, you have to press control and the tile symbol, so that automatically this terminal should be open actually.
Okay.
Yeah. So control plus meaning control tile symbol. If not, again, as I said, you can click on it. It's supposed to be comes here actually. Now it's a plain. Again, one more thing. Even I also forgot, right? So as I said already. Oh, why I forgot that? I'm sorry. So the prerequisite is very important. Before JavaScript, we have to install Node.js as well. That is the root. That's what we're talking about so far, right? So everything in the Node.js only. After that only we have to put Cypress or JavaScript, everything. So Node.js also we supposed to install actually. So these all are in normal Google itself. So we can download all the things. Okay, since you want to know that download as well, right? So just go to Google. Node.js download for currently I'm using for Windows with your 64 or 32 bits kind of open. I think to download. with this standalone or Windows installer, it's supposed to be one zip means zip file should be open. If you extract it, you can able to next. Yeah, that's a straightforward. Let me know if needed. I can able to do again. But if I do means this step is going to be gone actually. So instead, it's a straightforward to know this. So that's what I can say. Like eye level, we have to download like this actually. Okay, that's how supposed to be. Then similarly, yeah, that's more than enough. Likewise, Visual Studio, you have to download like this, like this code for Windows, either 32 or 64 bits. So based on that, we're supposed to download our extension 64 or 32 bit with Windows. So something similar to like the Visual Studio also should be open like this actually. Okay. So these two things prerequisition first we need to done. So this is done. That's more than enough actually. Now in the terminal, there are like as I said, right, node, everything in the node. So we have to use like a npm. It's a command within node. It's nothing but like a node package manager. Okay, so using this node package manager, we're supposed to install what are the things we're supposed to use it, like a Java, TypeScript, or Playwright, or Cypress, or WebDrive IO, or Serenity JS. So these are all are like a different automation tools. So likewise, these all are in one common platform called Node.js, right? So that's what it's in using with the help of npm node package manager. We're supposed to install those things actually. Okay, for time being, okay, this is initially npm init -y. This is one of the command. This is supposed to be initialize your project. First of all, very simple thing. This is something called like a one package.json file should be created. This is very important file actually. Why? Because yeah, if guys already worked in Java Selenium, they might aware of it. Why the reason for this one actually? So meaning, in for example, let's say we are interested to do like Cypress, right, and Playwright or TypeScript. So Cypress, we need to install it actually. Install means we need to library should be downloaded. That library should be comes under your packet.json. Hope this is understandable. Meaning library means Cypress library or Cucumber library or whatever library. If you are reporting something like a Allo report or whatever you want, you supposed to be install it through this npm package manager. That particular library should be comes under here actually. For example, let's say this is like a skeleton kind of things. If I try to install a Cypress right now, let's say. This is one particular command to install a Cypress library. Okay. Now you see there is only 12 lines are there. If I entered it, it should be downloading. That's what it's supposed to be. In Java Selenium, we say like a Maven, like a pom.xml file. Then similarly here packet.json file. So you see now one folder created, node modules. That is your library should be installed or copied here actually. Okay. Now you see other line supposed to be come here, like meaning the dependencies. So we have a dependent on this particular Cypress, this version, which is available. That's what I was talking about right now. So this particular library currently, which is available in your packet.json, that particular library should be available in your node modules. You can see here like Cypress, the library. So in that library only, the Cypress developers are written their code to communicate with our applications actually. Similarly, whatever is needed for us actually, we can able to install it one by one if you wanted actually. Okay, so that's how we're supposed to be doing actually. Uh, okay, is this clear? Likewise, we have to install one by one, like a playwright means playwright or cucumber means cucumber. So these things we need to install like the common commands actually. So likewise, we have to use it actually. Right. Hopefully something you're aware of it. Right. Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. And like by one, if whatever the dependencies are needed, we have to install it like this, the same fashion with how we can supposed to use it actually, the similar way. Sorry. Yeah, so that's how it's supposed to be. Okay, let me, still we have only few more minutes. So instead, I can quickly go to that execution first. So for time being, I can close this weekend screen. Recent file of separate test. Okay. Okay, so yeah, the same as I said, right? So here in my case, I use like a Cypress only and something Cypress XPath. I install only, that's the same thing. Whatever I did the same from there, here also the same. Additionally, one more the library which I installed. That's all. Okay. So now you see the structure. First, you can look at the structure instead of going like a detailed way. Let's say this is my a folder inside to it. Okay, inside to it, I have like a page object model. It's another concept. Yeah, it's kind of, then integration is in a folder. Under that, a test is my folder. So test is nothing but like whenever we try to execute our code, is supposed to be taken to a folder called test. Under that, whatever the file which you are given here, that particular things it taking to execute here actually. Okay, that's a high level of understanding here actually. So meaning, if I when I try to execute my execute nothing but like here also a command is there. npx Cypress. So now you see the E2E spec.js file got executed. Why means as I told, right? So by default, they were know wherever the test folders are there, inside to the test folder, what are the files, meaning test files are there, that particular things will be getting taken here actually. Okay, so that's how it's supposed to be taken. So now this particular file got executed. Maybe, yeah, that's fine. So failure is coming, but that's okay. Okay, because why I put means I intentionally failed this case because to get that what is this, the Jenkins job to be failed. So that's why I keep it like this. Okay, for just for your time being, I can make it this as pass. Where I keep it that one username or file. Yeah, lowercase or uppercase. I think mostly lowercase. Okay, I quickly complete this one because I have other session. So for high level, quick, you guys have to know these things, right? So stop me if anything is you have a doubt. So now the code is running, but I put like a headless mode, meaning we don't see application should be launched yet. But if I want to open this as application mode, I have to put like headed. So now the browser got launched actually here with the Cypress, their own, the, how do I say that, the Cypress own tab, this one. So here you see that username and password got executed actually. So the code is run. So now this is your local code. Okay, so I already, you see now here, there is a changes. So I made some changes here right now. This is not required for me. This is last time I did something. You see one changes here because initially there is no password. I can put like a password here. I have already configured my GitHub, so I can push my changes here. So maybe I can put new changes or new commit. So the commit should be go to my GitHub. Okay, now it's done. If I just open that GitHub as well. We talk about Cypress test. This is already I've configured. You see now means recently I was changes on changes here. If you see it here, my what changed, this is one. That's what we're talking about right now. So now this is my latest code, which is available in my the GitHub branch actually, meaning my main branch under CY test. Quickly, I can jump into my Jenkins as well. Already I've configured the same. Oh my God, what is my password? Oh, good. So the Jenkins job, okay, already I configured it. You see now I ran this code now. Okay, the job is running. Automate. This is automation process, but just for time being, I'm just clicking it manually. You can able to set like a cron job. It automatically executes things. So these are the common files. You see, these are like a commonly these things to be installed before executing our code. That's why I started installing these things as well. And this is the command to run your automation script. So it's supposed to be run your script actually. So now you see it's automatically triggering. These are the things are installing, and some fraction of a second your automation code will be executed, but headless mode. We could not able to see anything in application opened here, but the result we can able to see it. Either it's a pass or fail kind of. Yeah, installation everything done. So now your test is getting started. These are like we don't want to discuss it so much. I mean, discuss means it by default supposed to become like this because it's not a open in address mode. So the final result supposed to becomes here, like either pass or fail. Sending emails to my email ID. So because I configured it, that success. So this is how the automation process is supposed to be. Automation means automation code we are automating through CI/CD Jenkins job. Okay, so that's what. Don't confuse what is automation. Automation code we are automated through a Jenkins job without any manual intervention. So now this particularly, if I go to my code, I see some. Oh, sorry. You see the mail got triggered here. You see this, right? So Jenkins job is back to normal. So meaning the last time I was intentionally make this as failed. Now I was making this as pass so that I'll see this transaction details here. So that if I open, I can see all the informations what are happened here actually. So yeah. So I think that's all I have today. So to cover all the topics, I can try to manage to cover something. So let me stop here. So you guys have any questions or any clarifications? Let me know. If it is fail means I can show something. Yeah, you see this. Last time I was make this fail intentionally, but it'll be say properly. What is the reason for failing these things actually? So where it is. Yeah, you see exactly the fail. You are saying this password, but P is missing. So it's supposed to be say as. So quickly reviewing these things, we easily know that. So then we can directly go to our code. We can change. We made our changes here. That's how it's supposed to be. So that's how the automation CA/CD process supposed to be comes to the picture there. Yeah. Guys, so that's all I have. So let me know if you have any questions or anything to be clarified.
Each and every time we will receive a mail for during the execution.
Most probably, but only for failed cases we can able to communicate actually, not for past cases. So failed cases only we can able to management. So only the failed cases supposed to become. So kind of things actually. Or each time if you want to need to be that the execution should be comes means we can able to set up like this as well. Yeah.
Okay. Then we can able to schedule it to
Yeah,
the
that's right. Yeah, we have a couple of ways like a cron job. Each day, this many times we can able to run our execution, or whenever the build will be happen, that particular time only. Build means what? The whenever the Jenkins job get triggered here, whenever the Jenkins sorry, what was that? Whenever the GitHub of some job should be the check-in or checkout will be happen, that time only we can able to taken means we can able to do that, or we can able to set the cron job also build periodically. What is the time we have like a put like a daily 10 o'clock or daily 2 hours or one after another hour. So we have to specify our schedule here actually with this help of we start. So we can able to mention it actually. Yeah, we do that as well.
okay, fine.
Cool. Then anything else? Any other things? Not.
That's it.
Thanks, team. Faraz, you have any questions? Fine or clear to you?
That's all. If I want to reach you means which number I shall reach?
No, no. You check with Wasgi. So who was the coordinator for you? But yeah, they can able to have communicate with you actually. How to communicate with me?
Yeah, okay.
Cool then. Thanks for the call. I mean, thanks for the time you have answered that. So, if anything, kind of.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thanks all. Thank you so much.
Yeah.